Listen to me very carefully, my gorgeous Capricornius. Listen to me very, very carefully. Do not make an impulsive mistake only because you are feeling preoccupied, okay? Especially at the beginning of this week. What you need to understand and what you need to remember is you have to refocus your thoughts. Not only you're going to find yourself being so preoccupied at the beginning of this week, but you're also going to have something on your mind persistently, which is really going to be scaring you and which is really going to be making you feel really negative and really dark. And what is going to be on your mind has just created this fear, which is really kind of holding you back from things that you should be at this stage of your life freely walking towards. So you just have to remember to refocus your thoughts. Something is just pretty much so stuck at the back of your subconscious mind. Something that you came across like not that long ago, something that you've been through that not that long ago. But then again, it's a lot with what you've heard. And maybe there were a few different things that you've heard that scared you within the last couple of months, and that got stuck at the back of your subconscious mind, making all this kind of more difficult for you. It's just so important for you to remember that this in itself is unfounded fear. You need to immediately refocus your thoughts, because if you don't refocus your thoughts, you're going to invite the negativity into your life, and you don't want this, okay? So you know, like negative things are going to manifest into real challenges. So you have to snap out of it. You need to snap out of it. The best way to snap out of it, my advice would be just try to pick a part of your life. Try to find something that you want to explore. Try to find something, you know, that you want to find out more about. Try to find something that you really like, that you're extremely passionate about, and try to focus on this. It works really brilliantly, especially at a time when we do have unfounded fears, which can be very, very difficult later on, because they can manifest into real challenges, and you don't want this. That particular vibration and that particular energy can actually, I know it sounds crazy, really work in your favor. So the more kind of weird and the more anxious and the more paranoid and the more stressed you feel, you at the same time you need to understand that you can refocus and you can use this vibration in your to your advantage. And all you need to do is just find something that you're extremely passionate about, and there is something going to be on your mind at around that time. I don't need to tell you this. Something is going to be on your mind at around that time, so you will know and you will see exactly where am I coming from. So you don't need to like kind of search for it with a microscope. Do you know what I mean? This is just literally going to come to you, something that you are passionate about, and don't ignore it, because suddenly you are going to have a glimpse of that as well. And there is a very specific reason for it. That this, it's telling you and it's showing you that you need to take this on the next level of your spiritual journey. And this energy, even if it doesn't seem so to be okay, for example, it's actually going to work for you so brilliantly. Absolutely fantastic. So just remember, my gorgeous Capricornius, do not make an impulsive mistake only because you are going to feel so preoccupied, okay? And this in itself is going to be just like a little obstacle that you are indeed going to be facing. But at the same time, you know, something is going to be on your mind also, like, why do you feel so incomplete? Why does your life feel so incomplete? And this in itself is going to be on your mind also at around the beginning of this week, because you are going to watch someone, you're going to look at someone, and you're going to be looking at somebody else's life, and you will be looking at what they are going through, and then you're going to realize through that person that you want more out of this life, you want more out of this spiritual journey. So this person is beautifully and gorgeously actually going to inspire you. And first of all, you're going to feel like a little bit incomplete, and it's only going to remind you like which parts of your life makes you feel really incomplete. And then only a couple of days after that moment in time, it's going to be really magical moment you will be going through. Just couple of days after that moment in time, a magical moment, baby. Hello, my gorgeous Capricornius, come back home to yourself, baby. That's exactly what's happening right now. Only a couple of days later, you are gonna wake up in the morning and suddenly you will not know where this is coming from. You will not know where this is coming from. Suddenly, you're gonna wake up and you're gonna realize, oh my God, I've got these opportunities. I've got these opportunities. I had them all along. What am I doing with my life? This is crazy. I need to do this. And no matter how big this opportunity seems to be, you will know that this is your call. You will know that this is your destiny. Remember, destiny, destination, destiny, destination, destiny, destination. Just remember, Capricornius, this is so important. So you're suddenly, a couple of days later, you're going to become aware of this like future opportunities ahead, you know. And then at the same time, you know, what you need to understand is that it's not only about you suddenly like becoming aware of these future opportunities ahead. You know, it's gonna come to you like the very first thing in the morning. And you know what's gonna be crazy? How passionate you're actually going to feel. And almost as if you're gonna be blaming yourself. Why didn't I do this before? Why didn't I do this before? This is because your intuition is gonna shoot up towards the stars. It's like, oh my God, as high as it's never been before. So now at this moment in time, as soon as you become aware of these opportunities, you're gonna feel so strongly about them. Nothing is going to stop you. Nothing is going to stop you reach this powerful destination in your life. Things are changing now for you. Things are evolving now for you. So it's natural to feel negative every now and then, because through this negativity, it's also highlighted what is kind of persistently, you know, making us feel so dark, making us feel so negative. And it's not good to have that energy around for too long, because when we start working on things that means to us so much, we can't use our energy to its full kind of extent, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so it's a lot about us like kind of us kind of like becoming tired much sooner, much earlier than we actually should. And that doesn't really affect us only physically, but it affects us mentally, it affects us spiritually, because it just takes so much long to like kind of do what we want to do, and it takes so much longer to get where we want to get when it comes to an important destination in our lives. Okay, so as soon as you become aware of these future opportunities ahead, my gorgeous Capricornius, as soon as you are reminded of these these opportunities ahead of you, you know, this in itself, it's like gonna make you feel so enthusiastic. It's gonna make you feel so happy. It's gonna make you feel so optimistic. And I know that it's a lot gonna be on your mind, something new, like a new life, like a new beginning, like a new start. But also at the same time, as you know, this week progresses, you know, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, you know, you're gonna realize how many things are actually going to change when it comes to these opportunities that are going to be highlighted to you. And this is going to be on your mind so much, and this is going to keep you going like there is no tomorrow, you know. Now you're gonna feel so kind of powerful, because at this moment in time, you know, it's about this energy and vibration that when you feel like nothing can stop you from doing what you want to do. So also by the time you get to the actual mid part of this week, my gorgeous Capricornius, you know, it's like basically you are gonna realize something about yourself through somebody who really loves you so much, through somebody who you mean to so much. You're gonna realize something specific about yourself. And what are you going to realize? You're really going to like some kind of a quality about yourself, maybe even some kind of a skill, and you're gonna love this, because this is gonna be the most precious part of your spiritual life, because that in itself you're going to find a really rewarding. And also at the same time, you know, this is gonna give you something like to think about later on as well. What are you gonna realize? This is gonna be something that now it's actually not going to be as big and as huge like how it's actually gonna be significant in November and December 2023, but now it's only the beginning. This in itself, it's a really important stage of your life where you are gonna start realizing, you know, certain things that are part of your destiny, part of your destination that you never knew and you never realized before. And there is a very specific reason for it, because you've also been through so much. You've been giving a lot of your precious and gorgeous energy to lots of other people. You healed so many people. You helped so many people. And you don't even understand how did you do this. You don't even understand when did you do this. But the important thing is that the karma does not never forget. So this in itself, it's a really direct result of karma, which is gonna really help you to speed up with certain things, but also it's gonna kind of change your life dramatically, in the best possible way, in the shortest period of time. In just 1 year, my gorgeous Capricornians, after this moment in time, in just 1 year, within just 12 months, you are gonna be like living your life different to the way you live your life right now. It's gonna be an ultimate change on your spiritual journey, and this ultimate change comes with the biggest surprise. It comes completely unexpected, it comes completely unplanned, but the energy pull is so powerful that you cannot help yourself with the changes that become so attractive to you. And these are the drastic changes I'm talking about. This is when your life is going to become very, very interesting indeed. And this, my gorgeous Capricornians, it's only the beginning. Very, very important. And also at around the midweek, what else I was going to say, that you know, this particular person, what I say to you, that is like, you know, this particular person who's going to come forward and is going to like kind of like mention something really amazing about yourself. It's also going to tell you something about the bad investment. Do not make bad investment. Almost as if that person is going to tell you, oh, don't do this investment, and you're going to say, no, I want to do this investment, and that person is going to tell you, no, don't do this investment. That person is absolutely right. That person is absolutely right. Do not make some kind of investment at around the midweek, because it's going to be like, oh my God, don't do it, okay? Next week, absolutely fine. Week after that, absolutely fine, but do not do it now, because it is not going to be good. I don't know how to put this across, how important this actually is indeed. And also at around the midweek, let me tell you something. You are going to have a really kind of interesting idea how to make more money. It's about the material gain, and it's to do with the money, and it's to do with the finances. You are going to have this very, very interesting idea how to make more money, or it's to do with materialistic gain, and it's going to come to you at the time when you're doing something spiritual. You're doing something spiritual. So maybe you will be meditating, maybe you will be praying, maybe you will be playing with your crystals, maybe you will be like with some kind of spiritual group, like a like-minded people, which is always brilliant, because you exchange your experiences, you exchange your ideas. However this is going to happen, it's going to happen at a time when you are really kind of going through something spiritual, or you're going to be doing something really spiritual. And this is when you're going to have this idea, I know, completely out of blue, like how to make more money or about some kind of materialistic gain. But you're not going to be able to do that unless you walk away from something else first, okay? And that in itself is also going to be quite obvious here indeed. And also, my gorgeous Capricornians, when it comes to the midweek, you know, there is a very beautiful and emotional experience you are going to have. And this beautiful and emotional experience that you are going to have at around the midweek, you know, this in itself, it's not going to be connected to anybody that you know, anybody that you know, kind of anybody that is in your life, but somehow it is going to be beautiful and emotional experience, which is going to open your eyes and make you realize how important it is to kind of be around people who think like you. And at this stage of your life, that is absolutely a must. You need to find the time to try to be around people who think like you, because at this stage of your life there are so many ideas that you're gonna get through this. You know, you need certain ideas which you don't have right now, and these particular ideas you can only get when you are kind of mingling with the actual like-minded community. So this is why this is so important. By the time you get to the last part of this week, oh my God, you know what I mean, like this is when things are gonna become really really weird, because it's to do with like some kind of disagreement, or it's to do with some kind of argument. Nothing nasty, nothing horrible, nothing vile, nothing awful, just like a little bit of bickering and just like a little bit of disagreement and just like a little bit of argument. It's actually going to happen in between you and somebody else, but it's not about disagreement, and it's not about the bickering, and it's not about an argument. That is not going to affect you, and it's telling me, so it's to do with somebody who you normally have a disagreement, or it's to do with somebody who you kind of thought or knew that this is going to be coming. But the bottom line here is, it's not about the disagreement. It's not going to be horrible or nasty or anything like that, but what is actually going to come out of it. So this is when things are going to start becoming so interesting for you. It's not about argument, it's not about an agreement, it's not about an argument, it's not about like this kind of like disagreement you're going to have, but it's more about, because of this, you're gonna realize something about yourself, how much you want something. So that is gonna work for you brilliantly, because of this argument, because of this disagreement, this is gonna work in your favor, because it's only gonna highlight how much you want something so badly, and this in itself is gonna have a positive impact on you, because now you're gonna have absolutely enough of something, which is brilliant, and that in itself is going to start this gorgeous spiritual flow, and you are right going with it. You are going with it right now, my gorgeous Capricornius, and you will understand the full responsibility of this. It's about you being extremely responsible at this stage of your life, and at the same time it's about you being extremely creative. And when I say that it's time to be extremely responsible at this time of your life, I'm not saying that you're going to become like a little Mussolini or something. No, I'm joking. I'm not saying, sorry. I'm just saying that you are this means that now it's the time to be responsible and creative, but especially when it comes to responsible. Do you know what do I mean by this, huh? I also mean by this that now it's time for you to think about the balance and to bring more fun into your life, to bring more fun into your life. So this is the balance. You can be serious, you can be doing things, you can be achieving things, you can be on top of the world, but you must not forget about your own balance and about incorporating fun and positive energy into your life as well. I'm not saying that you've been miserable all this time, please don't get me wrong, but this is the balance that I'm talking about here. Also about bringing fun into your life, and think about the balance as well. You know, and there is somebody who is like pretty much so going to be directly responsible at around the end of the week, somebody who is going to give you an important news, and this important news through somebody very consistent in your life. It's got this consistent person, it's going to give you an important news, and you're going to find this news very, very rewarding. You're going to feel self-satisfaction, you're going to feel like something is really, really fair, when it comes to that news, and that in itself, it's not only about that, but at that moment in time you will know that now you have to make a really, really wise choice at around the end of the week. You know, this is like this wise choice that you're gonna realize that you're gonna need to make. You know, it's really gonna make your life so much more practical, and you're really going to kind of start removing from that stage of your life that was holding you down for way too long, going on one road without too much happening. So it's like, oh my God, few different things are gonna really pretty much so gonna happen in the best possible way for you as soon as you make that choice, that very, very wise choice. Because at that moment in time, just remember, at the end of this week, at the very end of this week, you are going to make a really wise choice. This wise choice that I'm talking about is literally going to set you free. Okay, my gorgeous Capricornians, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.